Hey there, my name is LexC, and thank you so much for joining me today. Today, I want to talk to you about building your audience and increasing your digital presence online. If that's something you're interested in hearing more about, stay tuned. I've had a few people approach me and ask me, Lexi, what are some of the things that you've done to build your audience? I really like some of the tactics you do here. I like how you market yourself there. How can I do the same thing for me and build my audience? And there's really no one answer to that question because there are so many things that you can do. There is no one way, there is no right way or wrong way to do it. It all just depends on who you are, how you are as an artist, and how you basically want to showcase and present yourself to people. I'm not a professional on any of these things. These are just things that I have done for myself and things that I am still figuring out that have helped me to build up my own social media presence and to build up my audience and build connections with people who are following and supporting me. So you are welcome to try these. Just know I am not a professional. This is strictly from my opinion and strictly from my experience. If you want to get like a hammered out plan of what you can do, feel free to use the Work with LexC link down in my description down below so that you can schedule a consultation with me and we can hammer out a plan for you on how you can build your audience in a unique way. The first thing I would tell you to do is to take advantage of some of the free platforms that are out here, and there are a lot of them. Just to name a few, there's Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Snapchat, Pinterest, all kinds of different free platforms that you can use to start increasing and working on your social media and digital presence. I would tell you to choose your platform based on what it is that you do. So like if you are a producer, YouTube would be a really good thing for you to have, for you to be able to show people how you create your beats. And also it's a great way for producers to advertise their beats. Type beats are becoming a really popular thing where you can make your beats sound like what certain popular artists are doing, and then just put type beat behind it. People will search it and hopefully find it that way. And if you set yourself up well on the back end, you can set yourself up to make a lot of money through linking it through like a beatstars.com or something like that. And people will actually start to search for you and find your material online that way. If you are into photography really heavy, then Instagram might be something that you should be investing in. If you are really creative with the kinds of video editing, like you're a director of photography or you're a videographer, something like a TikTok that shows off your editing skills would be a really good fit for you. Or if you just want to show off your personality, Twitter is good if you have a lot of opinions that might ruffle some feathers or cause people to be like, oh, we're getting into a discussion or like some kind of debate with you. Twitter is really good for voicing your opinion if you like to write a lot. And if you're really good at saying deep things and not so many characters, Snapchat is another good one to show your personality because of the stories. If you just like telling people short stories throughout the day, or if you just like to share little aspects of your life throughout the day. And then Facebook is kind of just a culmination of all of those things. So it's really going to depend on what you do. For me, I'm a singer and a songwriter, and I personally use only 3 platforms. I use Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube because those are the easiest things for me to do. I used to be on Twitter, but I never really got the hang of how to grow my Twitter following, and it's not really something that's for me. Plus, I got suspended from Twitter for doing covers. Beyonce's people came after me and I got too many copyright strikes, blah, blah, blah. That's one reason why I don't use Twitter. I can't be as creative as I want to or share the things that I want to because they do have those copyright things that make it difficult for someone like me who likes to do covers. Or even at one point on YouTube and Instagram and Twitter, they were banning choreographers for playing music from these artists, but it's like, this is what I do. Why would you ban me from being creative in this way? So you got to keep that in mind as well when you're choosing the platform that you want to focus with. I say focus on 3 because when you have too many platforms that you're trying to keep track of, it can be a lot and it can be overwhelming and really hard to maintain and keep consistent. And consistency is a really important thing that you want to have when you are on these sites. So it's not enough to just have these pages, not enough to just have consistent branding across them, have the same name across all those platforms. You have to be consistently posting and engaging with people on these platforms as well. I would also tell you to invest in a website. It does cost to maintain a website, but when you think about it, all of your favorite free platforms that you use, they're all actually websites. They just have extremely well optimized apps that people can use on their mobile devices. So I would tell you to invest in a website as well. And on your website, whatever it is you're posting on your social media pages, make sure that people can also connect that to your website, or make sure that's on your website in a nice organized way for people to be able to find. So if you have a lot of pictures on Instagram, make sure you have a gallery on your website. If you have a lot of music videos on your YouTube, make sure you have a video tab so people can either find your vlogs or find your music videos, find your quality production pieces. You should have an about page on your website so people can learn about the history of your company, or so you can give people a biography of yourself, telling them who you are and what your reasonings are for doing what you do. Have an online store on your website so you can sell merchandise directly to people without having to use a middleman or some third-party site to get your products out there. You can sell your merchandise, you can sell your music, you can sell your work, whatever it is you do, you can sell directly from your website. So you want to have a tab that says store or shop, something like that. And you also want to have a contact page. Now, people can use the contact tab on your social media, like an Instagram or something like that, to find a phone number or an email associated with you. But you also want to give people the option to contact you through your website, which I feel is a better means of people reaching out to you, because your website is completely you, and it just shows that someone is so interested in you that they sought to contact you, even if it was just to say hello. It's a direct link to you. Another thing that's worth mentioning is you should have all of your social media pages act as business pages. So you want to make sure that you are posting what you do consistently for people to not be confused about what your industry is, so they won't be confused about what your passion is, what you like to do. Now, admittedly, I have struggled with this myself because I want to be able to show people what it is I do, but then I also want to show people my personality, how I am, my little quirks, and the crazy little things that I think, or the random thoughts that go through my head. The reason why I kind of struggle with that is because LexC is more than just a singer and a songwriter. LexC is a brand. LexC is an energy. LexC is a persona. Even though LexC is the same, LexC, I am her, it's finding that balance of, okay, I want you to know that I am a singer and this is my passion, and I want you to go buy my music, but I also want you to know that I'm a person and I have thoughts and feelings just like you. We may even have some things in common, and so I want to share those things every now and then. And now thinking about it, it's okay to share little parts about yourself because that makes you more personable with people and it makes people connect with you more. So don't be afraid to share those little details about yourself every now and then. Just as a rule of thumb, from what I've heard anyway, especially on Instagram, there's like 6 pictures or 6 boxes on the grid that show when people are looking at your page. Make sure within those 6, majority of it is showing what you do, what you're about, what your profession is, basically what you want people to buy in from you. When it comes to your social media, you should make sure, as I said earlier, that you are posting consistently. A lot of people would recommend that you do 3 to 4 posts every single day, but honestly, that is really difficult. I used to do that, and then I realized that my feed and my timeline was really boring because I plan out my posts as well. This is going back to sticking with the 3 platforms that I recommended earlier. I use a program called Later, which is an auto post app, and it helps me to make sure that I'm posting consistently and posting at certain optimal times throughout the day. Posting 3 to 4 pieces of content every single day on 3 platforms is a lot of work, but Later allows me to plan those 3 things. Well, when I use Twitter, I could post to Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter all at the click of one button. I could create one post for 3 platforms with one program, which is Later. And it just made it a lot easier for me to stay consistent. But I would say make sure you are posting at least once every single day. And when you're posting, stay on there for at least 30 minutes. So when those initial comments and those initial likes come in, you can help your engagement and you can boost your algorithm, your chances of being seen and put on the Explore page when you are engaging with people, because Instagram likes to see that this new piece of content is getting so much engagement within a certain time frame. That's how you get on Discover pages. That's how you become more visible to your followers, is when you get a lot of engagement in a short period of time. Also, when it comes to engaging with people, make sure you're replying to the comments, as I said, but for the people that you're following, hopefully you're following real people too and not just like business pages and things. The people that you're following, make sure that you go through and you're not just clicking like, because anybody can double tap real easily on Instagram. Make sure that you're actually leaving comments so that people will respond on their posts. You're helping to boost them. And hopefully if you respond enough, consistently enough on their stuff all the time, they will come back to your page, and it feeds into the algorithm. Actually, it all feeds back into itself. You give them engagement, they give you engagement. Y'all are seeing more of each other's content more and more, and you're helping to feed that algorithm, helping each other's chances of being more visible on the Explore page and for each other's followers. Something else to keep in mind with this whole social media thing, make sure you are taking advantage of hashtags. Hashtags are very important because you can find people who are in the same kind of community and have the same kind of interests that you have when you use hashtags. And again, you give yourself a better chance of being more visible to more people when you use a hashtag. So always use maybe like 5 to 20 hashtags. Don't go too crazy with it. I would say use like 5 to 10 general hashtags. So like, I'm a singer and a songwriter. My general hashtag would be singer, songwriter, music, female artist, new music, something like that, you know? And then kind of condense it, create your own hashtag. Actually, I stay really consistent with my hashtag LexC and LexCATL. Those are always going to be on anything that I post that has my face in it, because when someone clicks on LexC, I want them to see everything that I've done. I want them to see everything I do. And you can follow hashtags, as a matter of fact. So make sure that you are taking advantage of using hashtags when you are on your social media platforms. If you don't use hashtags, you're really killing your chances and making it harder for you to be visible to people. Along with doing all this interaction and posting consistently, you can make your social media pages business pages. Facebook and Instagram, luckily it's all owned by Facebook, so their analytics are the same. When you turn it into a business page and link your Instagram business page with your Facebook business page, you get all of those analytics, and it tells you things like which of your posts are getting the most engagement, what kind of posts get the most engagement, pictures or videos, where your followers are. Is it majority male? Is it majority female? Where is the geography of your followers? Are they in the United States? Are they India? Are they UK? It breaks down all of that, even down to when are the most popular times for you to post. So when your particular following is most active online, the analytics gives you all of that information. You can also get that information on your website as well, so you can learn about the kind of people who are following you and the kind of people who are consistently tuning in. It gives you a lot of good information on what your demographic is, what your potential fan base will be. You can also do the same for your music streaming sites as far as understanding who your audience is. I use CD Baby, which is a digital distributor. I believe DistroKid is also another popular one, and maybe TuneCore, but I don't have enough experience with those two to be able to tell you whether or not they have analytics. I know for a fact CD Baby does, and I can go log on to CD Baby and it will give me the same kind of analytics that my social media gave me, which is telling me, okay, your following is male, your following is female, they are in these cities in the United States, they are in these countries around the world, this is the percentage of people in this country, percentage of people in this region, blah, blah, blah. These are the songs that are most popular. These are how many streams each song is getting. These are how many playlists your songs are placed on. So just to help you understand who your audience is and where they are and who might be interested in you, it's a really good idea to take advantage of those analytics, because you can play off of them and be able to see, okay, what kind of content do people respond to the most, and can I produce more of that kind of content to get even more engagement? It's all a numbers game. It's all about getting as many likes, posts, reshares, comments as you can. A few things I want you to keep in mind. This is going to be a journey. It is a marathon and not a sprint. So your numbers are going to slowly climb. They may not go as quickly as you want them to, or you could get lucky and you could go viral and they will explode basically overnight. But the point that I want to make is that you cannot assume that no one is listening. I was looking at my analytics on YouTube the other day, and it told me that 11.7% of the people who watch my videos on YouTube, they are actually subscribed, but 80% of people who are watching, they're not subscribed. So I say all of that to say, you never know who's watching. You never know which piece of content someone is going to engage on you with, but you have to keep being consistent because there are more people watching you who are not interacting than there are people who are watching you and are interacting. It's very important to make sure that you are staying consistent with your posting for that reason. Eventually, someone is going to see your stuff so many times that they're going to start to wonder, all right, what is this person about? And that is what's so important about consistency. I actually found online there's this rule of 7 when it comes to advertising and marketing. And basically it's saying that people need to see your stuff 7 times in order to actually start building a connection, building that familiarity, and building that trust and building that value and building that, building up to wanting to buy from whatever it is you're selling. People got to see you at least 7 times to be able to buy from you or engage with you. So keep that in mind of why being consistent and posting consistently is so important. The rule of 7. People need to be able to see you, get familiarity with you, get a sense of what your value is on what you do, get a sense that they can trust you, and then eventually they're going to see you so many times it's like, okay, let me buy. I know I said that 2 times, but it's really important that you understand that point. It's just like someone trying to holler at you if they want to be in a relationship. I'm less likely to go on a date with the guy who texts me out of the blue every once in a while, trying to get my number, trying to get me to go on a date. I'm more likely to go on a date with someone who I've been chatting with, texting consistently every single day. And it's the same kind of mindset when you think about it like that. I'll go into that in another video, but it's the same concept. I need to get familiar with you and trust you before I give you my energy. And for people, for customers, before I spend my money with you, I need to get familiar with you and comfortable with you. Also, keep in mind that trends are forever changing, so you need to be adaptable. That is going to include the social media platforms as well. So even for me, I don't want to get too comfortable with using the 3 that I use right now because those things are going to become out of date at some point. And I need to, especially as a music artist, follow the wave, follow what people are gravitating towards, and learn how to use that and learn how to grow my following on those things. So always be up for a change. Always be up for a challenge in staying up to date with what is new and up and coming. That's pretty much all I have for you on this topic. Again, I just glossed over some surface level things and didn't get in too much detail because I wanted to give you a basic rundown of some of the things that I do, some of the things I look at to see how can I grow my audience, what are people interacting with, what do people want to see more of, and how can I make all of this work for my good, work for my brand and what it is I represent. I hope that from watching this video, you kind of get those gears turning in your head about, oh, okay, I need to be doing this and set this up, put this into place so that I can build my audience and set up a good foundation for me to continue to connect with people and find out who my fan base is. Again, if you want to hammer out like a detailed plan, a detailed thing that you can do every single day to make sure you're staying consistent with this, you can use the Work with LexC link down in my description box below, and you can schedule a consultation with me and we'll sit for at least an hour and get an understanding of what you do, what platforms you're more comfortable with, what's your personality, and we can put together a game plan on how to get you consistently engaging and posting for your fans and figuring out who your demographic is. But before I end this video, I want to give a shout out to my patrons who are seeing this way before you are on YouTube, or who are seeing this way before you're listening to it on Anchor. I want to give a shout out to my patrons. They got to see this as soon as I uploaded it, not when I made it public. That is the perk of being a patron when you sign up at www.patreon.com/LexCATL. For just $5 a month, you'll get exclusive and you'll get quick uploads on the stuff that I'm posting. All you got to do is sign up for $5 on my Patreon, and you will get things as soon as I upload, not when I make it public for the rest of the people on YouTube and stuff like that. That was the last thing I wanted to mention before ending this video. If you like this and you want to see more content like it, make sure that you like, share, subscribe, comment, do all the things. Let me know what you want to see next, and I will be sure to keep those content things, pieces coming, flowing for you. But again, my name is LexC. Until next time, peace.